It's known as the most important anti-hunger initiative in the country. And during the pandemic, nearly 42 million Americans have relied on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to help feed their families.
In a special report you'll only see here on Erie News Now, Jamison Hixenbaugh takes an in-depth look at SNAP benefits. Jamison is here with us tonight. And Jamison, the numbers are staggering.
Yes, they really are, Eva. 14% of Pennsylvanians, or 1 out of 7 people, rely on SNAP benefits every single month. The goal of the program is to provide relief to individuals struggling to put food on the table. And for many low-income families, those benefits are critical.
I don't know where I would be without them.
As a single mother, Jennifer Smith relies on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program to help feed her children.
Being a single mom, I'm the only one that can provide financially, and it's really it's tough.
Formerly known as food stamps, SNAP is a federally funded program that helps Pennsylvanians buy food.
It is a supplemental program, and when you're on a limited income and have bills and expenses, it helps.
Nearly 1.8 million Pennsylvanians receive SNAP benefits each month, including 52,700 people in Erie County. Payments are based on income and household size.
For a family size allowance of 1, the maximum benefit per month is $234.
But according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, the average SNAP benefit per person is about $125 per month. Smith will tell you every additional dollar helps.
I know that a lot of people speculate and they think that, people that are on state benefits are just using the system. I'm telling you right now, if I didn't have state benefits, I would not be able to provide for my children with one job.
SNAP benefits serving as a lifeline for families who struggle to pay for food.
Some situations you can't help but ask for help, and you can't let your pride get in the way of realizing you can't do this on your own right now. It may change in the future, but right now it's just not a possibility for a single parent.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, I put SNAP benefits to the test by living off of just $31.25 a week. That's the average amount a person receives each week. And is it enough to live on or barely get by? Find out coming up at 6 o'clock. For the Economic Hardship Reporting Project, Jamison Hixenbaugh, Erie News Now.
All right, thanks, Jamison.
Can you imagine trying to live off just $5 a day for groceries? For people who rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise known as SNAP, it is a reality.
And payments are based on income and household size, but the average SNAP benefit is $125 a month. In part 2 of his special report, Jamison Hixenbaugh puts SNAP benefits to test. It's a story you'll only see on Erie News Now.
To get a better understanding of what it's like for those living on SNAP benefits, I'm going to live off a similar budget for 1 week. If you take the average of $125, divide that by 4, that gives me $31.25 for groceries. After grabbing a cart and taking a lap around Bellows, it's time to get some food. We're going to go to the meat section first. That's going to be our first stop. Find the protein that we want. We're going to be cutting up this right here. All right, we're going to go with 2 things of chicken. Now that I have some meat, I headed to the other side of the store and grabbed some cheese and eggs. Got the 18 count. Get the biggest bang for your buck for that one. With such limited funds, it is important to add up each item as you go to avoid going over budget. $28. So we got about $3 left. This is always a go-to. Get some top ramen. These are 40 cents a piece, so we'll get 4 of them just to be safe. Time to check out. So here's what I bought. I was actually able to get all of my weekly groceries for $29.58. And with the extra $1, I bought a thing of barbecue sauce at the Dollar Tree. It's a good-looking piece of chicken. Now that I have all my groceries, I decided to cook all of the chicken at once. So now that we got the chicken all cooked, I'm going to actually prepare my meals for the rest of the week. I usually only eat about 2 meals, so I plan on having the chicken with some sort of vegetable for dinner, and then I'll
A bunch of eggs. I'll probably have that for lunch or a sandwich or the noodles. So we're going to see how long this lasts. All right, everyone. Since I'm about to go on this diet for the next 7 days, I feel like I should weigh myself both before and afterwards just to see if I actually lose any weight from, just eating kind of a limited diet over the next week. I'm going to use this old school scale, but don't let the looks fool you. It's actually very accurate. I know that it's been all balanced out. So let's take a look. About 187. We're going to go with that, 187. So it's day one. This is going to be my first meal for this report. I'm honestly not really hungry, so today I'm just going to kick this thing off by having a peanut butter sandwich. For the first several days, I went with a lunch of either a sandwich or cheesy eggs, followed by a chicken and vegetable dinner. My goal is to stick strictly to the food that I bought, so I recorded every meal. All right, day 3, second meal, going with chicken again. Still not too bad, but kind of getting to that point in the week where it's getting a little old. I'm looking for some variety, but still just going to tough it out until all of this is gone. We got 3 more left, so this is going to be dinner tonight. So I'm at the halfway mark, and one of the biggest challenges at this point is the fact that I can't just go out and buy whatever I'm craving. I know I'm fortunate to have food, but I could really use a burger. So I'm now on day 5, headed towards the finish line. I figure it's time to take inventory of the amount of food that I have left. That includes one last chicken meal, peanut butter and bread, 10 eggs, and 4 things of ramen. After scarfing down a sandwich and my last chicken dinner, I must confess I in fact had a 3rd meal. My sister and brother-in-law had a pig roast at their house, and I decided to have a plate of barbecue. But after 7 days and 15 meals, well, that's a wrap. So now that I'm done with all my meals, we're going to do one last weight check. You're once again using the old school scale. I weighed 187 last check. It's a little high. So now I'm actually down to 182, so it looks like I in fact lost 5 pounds. While I only had to experience it for a week, it's a reality nearly 53,000 people in Erie County are dealing with every day. And Mike, even during the pandemic, a total of 42 million Americans did rely on that program, so it's definitely a very important program for a lot of people across the nation.
Jamison, just how challenging was that whole week, that whole experience?
Well, I like to snack a lot, so I'm guessing that's kind of what added to losing some of that weight. And it was kind of a pain actually filming every time I ate. But yeah, just kind of fighting some of the cravings. I really did try to stick to that budget, but as you saw, I ended up having some barbecue at my sister's house, but I couldn't turn it down. But I wanted to be transparent, at least show everyone at home that I did have that extra meal. So it was definitely an interesting story to be part of.
And Jamison, I can only imagine that a lot of people who are on SNAP go to bed hungry at night. Did you ever feel like, you could have eaten so much more?
Yeah, I definitely felt like I could have ate some more, but I only had to deal with it for a week, so it's definitely something that people have to deal with on a regular basis.
And real quick, finally, how much longer after that did you have that burger you were craving?
Pretty much immediately afterwards. The next day, that was the first thing I got was a big old cheeseburger.
All right. Thanks, Jamison, for that terrific report.